Hello, everybody. How's it going? This is Mariah with Rosa Mar Creations, and today we're going to talk about starting your own business candle. To talk about my glasses, I'm not sure where I found them from, but they are bomb, and there's a pair that I haven't read to that I'm going to wear at the following festivals, just, to amp it up, to give a little yush. So the first thing I want to talk about is what you should be looking for in terms of your audience and who is going to buy your products. So it's really easy when you start off to think that your products are going to be for everyone. However, your branding is important because you have to figure out where you fit in terms of what kind of audience you want to attract and what kind of people would really enjoy and appreciate your stuff. So, for example, and I had this candle line where we had hearts in it. It was hella cute. It was very, very Valentine's-y. We also had another event which asked us to create like heart-related candles, which got canceled, but I would say that for another time. We intentionally went to another one that was more Valentine's themed, and it was very much like a diverse crowd. Like, really important to know what your market is because it will save you tons of money, and you will realize, oh well, I may not want to go to this event or pay a certain amount for this event because it is not for my audience. So that's the most important thing. Know your audience. If you can know your audience before you even start your first candle or first brand, you will save a lot of money. 2, start small and troubleshoot and do safety tests. So one of the most important things that you're going to want to do before you start selling candles is to, number one, get candle business insurance or get candle insurance. And the reason why that is because someone comes and starts to light up their candle in their bathroom. You don't want to sell that to someone because in the back of your mind, when you go to sleep at night, if you have anxiety like me, you would probably be like, okay, I hope that doesn't burn in their house or something like that. You really need to, before you start selling anything, think about the safety and precautions of it. So for example, one of the things I did when I started a business was to go online and to look up the minimum safety precautions or safety testings that I had to do for my candles, my concrete vessels when I used to make them. If you were going to want to test those wicks before you do 10 to 20 products, because if you do 10 to 20 products with your wicks in there and they don't work, guess what? That's 10 to 20 wasted candles. So you definitely want to make sure that you burn one of your candles before you even sell them. See how long it burns. So on average, mine tended to burn for around 18 hours, which is really, really good.
Actually more like 30 hours, okay?
That's dope. I'm sorry, but that's really dope. So those are all just the safety components that you want to check out. The next thing that you're going to want to do is learn the techniques and optimize your techniques to make sure that your candles are properly burning and not creating sinkholes, or the wick is not getting lit enough, or the wick is not in the right position. So for example, one of the things that you're going to want to do is after you pour your candle, you're going to want to poke holes into it. And I think I'll put a video here, or maybe I'll put a picture here, but you're going to want to poke a bunch of holes in there, because if there's a sinkhole in your wick, you will not be able to burn your candle. And then another thing you want to do is test your cold throw and your hot throw. Your cold throw is the scent or the smell that your candle has when it is not burned or when it is cold. So that's really what gets your audience in. They smell your candle and you're just like, that smells pretty good, pretty good. Okay, I don't really like that one, but at least I can smell it. So these are the things. Cold throw is really important for getting your customer really intrigued into your candle. Hot throw is what is going to keep customers coming back. So for the hot throw, you need to test every single scent that you have, but you do want to kind of make sure that the hot throw is comparable to what your cold throw is whenever you do a new candle line. Usually you want to put like 10% of the fragrance oils into the wax. And there is a certain calculation that you can do each time. Just make sure that you're following it and not going over or under. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is really important. It's starting small so that you can build upon. So when I started the candle line, specifically the signature line and the holiday line, I think I had around 5 to 7 cents. And when you are making those cents, it is really difficult to like do all of them at the same time. And it's difficult to gauge which ones are better or which ones are not really worth it. So do one candle first before you even do the next ones. Just do one candle and see how that smells in your cold throw, in terms of your cold throw and your hot throw. Start with like 3 to 5 cents. Try to optimize what works with it. Try to optimize what wicks work with it better. And then you can build upon that. So you can get these small ones here. I found these on Amazon, but you can also order these kinds of candle containers through the Jar Store, which is a really good manufacturer. And you're able to go ahead and order like 12 or 24 of them and just try a sample of each one and have other people also try it. So, okay. Number 5 is to slowly build with the mindset that you're going to probably get a deficit. So this was really hard for me to take in or to acknowledge because I usually am very frugal. I don't want to spend money. You know, I'm going to get candles, make them, and then sell them, and then I'm going to get my profit back right then and there. In reality, you're going to be using your first year of candle making to build your audience. And you're going to be using your first year to build your technique and to build what kind of things work for you. First year is going to be, there's going to be a deficit. Doesn't mean you're a bad business owner. Doesn't mean that you didn't do everything right. It's just that when you're building everything up, you're going to have to learn from that. So it's super important to budget out what you want to do or consider what you want to do in terms of like finances. So particularly, there's some small business loans that you can get. I would highly recommend that once you get comfortable, because not everybody can afford, LLC, but once you get comfortable to get an LLC, because if you really want to get more loans and grants, you're going to need an LLC for that. And when I do file my LLC, I promise that I will be here to help you go through that and see what you need to do for that particular process, especially for all the people that are not, their first business owners in their family. Some of the main things that you're going to want to consider is calculating how much it costs to make a candle. This 6-ounce candle here. You're going to want to do this before you make your price points too, because you don't want to be in a deficit. So I'll consider how much it is just for one of these 6-ounce candles, how much it is for 6 ounces of wax for that candle, how much the wicks are, and how much the fragrance oils are. So definitely do that. And then number 6 is to start building up your ideas for different venues. So when you're first starting out, you're probably going to do a lot of pop-up markets or you're going to do some market events. There's going to be different things that you basically need for all of those. You're going to need a table, at least one. I would say you can invest in a good 2 6-foot tables. They're usually in Walmart for like $40. You want to get some covers for those tables, 10 by 10 tent. And that's going to help you a lot with having your outdoor markets or having your winter markets. In Rochester, they have winter markets. So if you live in a snowy place, and you want to do some stuff in the winter, be prepared to get a 10 by 10. And it totally depends on what your kind of candles or what your products are. So for candles, I think just having shelves and having them kind of sit on the shelves and tiered out is perfect. If you sell jewelry, you might want to think about investing in a good jewelry stand. If you sell clothes, you definitely want to get a hanger for that. So you want to think about those things ahead of time and slowly build towards that. A vast difference in creating a certain aesthetic for my candle company or business versus just sitting there and kind of having like a black tablecloth and having my stuff on there. There's such a different vibe, and people want to have that experience. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and share these videos because I definitely want to make sure that I'm helping all my everybody that is their first time generation to build their businesses. It's really important. So make sure to catch me, and I'll see you later.